are back with FortressCraft Evolved's Bleeding Edge version with the HMK's Broken Wasp mod, and we are going to continue where we left off last episode. And where we'd left off was where we'd just collected some unknown material, and I believe that was from our coal vein. So we're going to go over to our research station. We're going to process this, and it's going to tell us that was in fact coal ore. And we're going to start adding the coal to our central power hub. And this, as you can see, will burn for the same time, but it's going to give us a lot more energy per block. Whereas the wooden planks, I believe it said something about 200 joules. This is now giving us about 700. So that means we're going to be generating energy a lot faster, and we're going to top up our energy here. So now we've got coal, we've also got some copper. We've got quite a bit of copper in our immediate vicinity. These are in fact two separate veins, so we're going to apply one to this vein because I believe this is the smaller. We're going to scan the block, so we've got scan as a so we can get some research points. So we're going to jump up here, going to go over to our research station, we're going to process that. See, that tells us it's definitely copper. We're going to go past Martha, who seems to be bugging out still. Right, and now that we know what this ore is, if we hold right click, it actually scans the entire vein. And as you can see, it's going to highlight all the blocks in that vein and tell you the total amount of ore available, the volume, so there's 13 blocks. And it's got a total of 11,700 ore. So if we press X again to go back to our build gun, I'm going to place our extractor there, and as you can see, it's giving this little pop-up interface saying it's got low power. So if we press E on our ore extractor and add power, hold down the add power, it's subtracting that energy from our power suit, but as you can see there, Arthur was actually giving us his power as well. So that was what that beam of light was coming from Arthur. And he's also saying that all systems are nominal, so that's good. What that's referring to is it would actually give us information about our ore extractors. So if, say for example, our ore extractors had stopped working, it would give us a notification. And that is still currently a bug. We haven't been to the depth of 701 meters. That is from a different world, but he's still providing us with that information. And as you can see, he's got 55 power. Once that gets a little bit higher, I believe he's going to shoot us. There we go, he's shooting us, and he's given us his energy. And he's going to start recharging again. And the quicker he recharges, the faster he's going to output his energy to us. So right, we're going to jump back up here. We're going to see what else we can do. What have we got in here? That's empty. Empty, empty. So we're going to open our interface. We're going to take some of this copper ore out. And as you can see it's saying 8 ore, so we can't currently smelt that because we've only got the 4. So we're going to run back to that tin ore that we found, which I believe was just over here. I'm going to place down that extractor. I'm going to give it what energy we've currently got. And Arthur's just given us a bit of a juice up. This was where our tree was, so we're going to just fill that in. Right, yeah, that's another thing. If you get too hot, as well as hypothermia when you get too cold, you get hypothermia. So if you get too hot, your screen will start to go red, and you can just as easily die with from heat as you can from the cold. Except this one doesn't give you a heads up display saying hypothermia. It will just fill up red and you will die if you stay in there too long. So just another thing to be aware of. We're going to add a bit more coal into our central power hub, and that will do us for now. Recipes. We've got 42 research points currently. We're going to research our suit upgrades. And as you can see, that used a huge chunk of our power. and we're going to go into the recipes page. See, now we've got solar cell Mark 1 available to us. We've got the suit power pack Mark 1 and a suit lighting upgrade. We are going to research the recipe for the solar cell, but also this storage crate is going to be a very useful item early on. So I'm going to research this. This was available from the start, and it requires a bit of power and a bit of research points. And as you can see, there are many colours for it. So we're just going to craft those two for now. We haven't got the lithium we're going to need to make our suit power pack at the moment. And how many minutes have we done? We've done 5 minutes, so I'm going to have to adjust my clock because I forgot to reset my timer. So we are going to charge ourselves up. We're going to look at our manufacturing plant, and if you go to this the upgrades tab, we've now got a new recipe, which is the hydrojet cutter, and this is saying this must be placed on top of your manufacturing plant. Upgrade module for the manufacturing plant. So that is what is going to allow us to craft the solar cell for our suit. And that requires 1 copper bar, 1 tin bar and 50 snow blocks. We've currently got 20 in our interface, so we're going to come over here, we're going to harvest some snow. So we've got 45, is that? No, 44. This should be more than enough. And we're actually going to harvest this tree. We're going to place a torch down, make sure we can see. Some of you may notice on the surface these torches are a lot dimmer. That is an actual feature. So at night they'll work, but during the day and close to the surface they will not be very bright at all. So we're going to just collect these resources. Right, we're going to go into our inventory. So it's now saying we've got 58 snow, which is plenty. And just for aesthetics, I am going to cover this up. Well, I don't want to use all them 50, so we're going to keep those. And what were the other requirements? I believe it was tin and copper. Yep. Have we got? We got 4 copper. Hopefully we've got a bit more in our miner extractor. There we go. We press on that. We've got 18 in there. We've got to top up its power. That's good. So we're going to fill up our own power, and we're going to give our tin ore extractor a bit of love. See, this still says unknown because we haven't actually processed any of this yet. So we're going to collect that, and we're jumping into hypothermia mode because we've drained all our energy out again. So I'm quite lucky. I've barely used YouTube for videos or anything, but a friend of mine called HMK, or Hellmaster Kite, who is a fellow streamer and YouTuber, he has advised me to start making these episodes and to upload to YouTube, because although I do have a few followers on my Twitch, currently at this point in time we've got 31 followers, 348 total views. He said we've got that audience, but unfortunately due to the times I stream, they're not always available to watch me. He said, well, you've got the audience there, why don't you start with a YouTube channel? And by doing that, that allows them to catch up on your videos, watch it at their own leisure, as well as you've got a backup of what you've been doing. So if you think, what did I do in the last season, I could go back and watch those. So yeah, HMK has been very good, and he's advised me on how I can make the most out of my gameplay. So we're going to extract some energy there, and we're going to go to our research terminal. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go into the ore smelter, and I'm going to try and drag this unknown block in. See, as you can see now, it's not letting me do that. We can do it with the copper ore because we know what it is, and it's going to maximise the amount of ingots it can make. So it's left the 6 there because it can't do anything with 6, and taken the remaining 16. So we're going to go back to our research station, process the unknown material, which is tin. So now that has changed from a question mark to tin ore. And once this is finished processing, it's currently building up its temperature before it can proceed with the smelting. Once that's processed, we're going to have enough copper to start making our hydrojet cutter. And we want to make this hydrojet cutter because that will allow us to self-generate power during the day on the surface. So that will allow us to have a lot more freedom with our power, so we won't have to keep running back to the central power hub and recharging during the day. Right, that is charging up still. We've got another 20 seconds of power from that. And that noise you heard then, that was the ore smelter telling us it's produced 1 ingot for us. So we're going to collect that ingot, and we've got like a little progress wheel here, so that's going to complete that. And this temperature will die down, so the faster you can put the ore back into it, it will maintain that temperature and be more efficient on power. So in the future I want to build a hopper which will process all of these automated. So we'd have a hopper block here. Depending on what hopper, it will have a larger or smaller storage. And due to the fact that we need 8 ore or more to smelt an ingot, we're going to need a hopper with a storage larger than 8 blocks. So if we look in our manufacturing plant, we've got several tabs at the top here. The top one is ore related, so we've got our ore extractor. The second one here is energy. Third one is transport and storage. So this is where our hoppers are. We've got a logistics hopper. It can store up to 2 resources and auto transfers 1 item every 10 seconds. We've got our mini hopper, which stores up to 10 resources but only transfers those every 30 seconds. We've got a storage hopper here. This is the default recipe, which is tin and iron. These can store up to 100 resources and can auto transfer as fast as the blocks can output it. But there's this alternate recipe for this, which is 15 logistical hoppers. So bear that in mind if you've got loads of logistics hoppers and you just want to upgrade to a storage hopper. You can do that and use up your remaining logistics hoppers. So we are going to try and build a mini hopper for our central power hub, so we can put our coal in automatically. And we also want to put one next to our ore smelter eventually. So we've got enough resources now. So we're going to go over here to craft our hydrojet cutter. And if we go in our inventory, also I want to point out at the bottom you've got your hotbar. There it is. It's saying press tab 1. So this is tab 1. So you press F1. If you press F2, you've got actually 7 hotbars. So that's up to 70 items you can have on your hotbar. So you could potentially just like select and drag all of these items onto your hotbar to use at your leisure, and you can right click to remove them. So I'm going to go to tab 2, which is where it automatically puts your new well, as you've got empty slots, it will automatically fill it with a new item as you collect them. So I'm going to place my hydrojet cutter as it told me on top of my manufacturing plant, and that is now upgraded my manufacturing plant. So where we had only a hydrojet cutter and an Arthur power core, we've now got the solar cell, we've got the Arthur solar panel, we've got the Arthur upgrade pack, which is a combination of the Arthur power core, Arthur battery and solar panel into one storage block rather than having 3 items taking up one block. And also we've got the DLC support for the Dapper DLC, which is going to be the Dapper moustache, the hat, the monocle, and a merger into a single block rather than 3 again. So there's several DLC content that will be added in the future. We've also got any other new recipes. I think that was the only thing that's changed in here, which is logical. But these little cubes on the side here, this is everything, and this is going to be the hydrojet cutter alone. So this is the manufacturing plant, and this is the hydrojet cutter. So this, although it's only a manufacturing plant, it's actually got the combination of both, whereas this is just going to show you what the hydrojet cutter has unlocked for us, because this is potentially an upgrade. So we're going to check out what the price of our solar cell is. So we need 12 copper and 8 tin. So we're going to go down here. It's saying low storage, so it's currently out of storage space. So at the moment it can only store 26 items. So we're going to take those 26 and then it's going to proceed. We're going to top it up with energy, make sure we've got plenty. I'm going to top myself up with energy, which is going to be a problem because we haven't put any coal in again. So I'm going to stand in my 0.0 spot, which looks to be are we in it? Right, we're gonna, there we go, 0.0 energy use rate. We've got quite a bit of copper now, so that will give us 4 bars. But I want to top up our energies first because I don't want us to die from hypothermia. Arthur's saying low power, he can only recharge in the sun, which strictly isn't true really. He can recharge in other ways, but we're not got them available to us currently. So, for example, actually I think it requires research, but there is a charging station for Arthur, so you press E and Arthur would binds to that block and will recharge his own energy supply. So we've got quite a bit of power in there, so we're going to chuck these copper bars in. We're going to go down to our tin, which is also in the same situation, low storage. Going to top the power off in there. Going to take that tin. We're going to top up our power again. Oh, yeah, that's because the smelter is going to be stealing all our energy. And also, I just want to say, today I've gone on to HMK's website. He's got a website for his channel and all of his content. He has got a store, and being quite a big fan of HMK's, I bought a HMK logo mug, as well as another mug in his store which says I am a YouTuber and I love it. So I've ordered those today. So if HMK is does ever watch this, I have just bought your mugs, because I am a big coffee person. I drink lots of coffee. Right, we've got back just in time so that this is going to be topping up. So we're burning up the power faster than we're generating it currently. So we're going to just wait a minute and hopefully that will get to the 1200 mark, I believe it is. Yes. Does it actually tell us? What the melting point is? It doesn't, no. What about if we press H? Copper. The help file for this has not yet been implemented. Okay, that's not a problem. This is still very much under construction still. They are still adding stuff, removing stuff, etc. So we're getting some more copper ore coming in. Right, we need 10. Is it 2 or 10? Mini hopper, 2 tin, 2 copper. So we're going to take these. We're going to wait for this last two copper bars to smelt, and then we're going to chuck our tin ore in, and then we can start making an auto output, auto input, etc. for our coal. So our hopper can do two things. It can, well, three things. It can act as a input, an output, or a combination of the two. So if you're just going to use, if you've got a machine that will only allow an input, you can set it to add or remove, because if it's got no output, it won't matter. But for example, if you've got a furnace, it will have an input and an output. So you want to place a hopper next to it. One's being add only, so it will add only to the hopper. You'll have a remove only, so it will remove items from the hopper. So that way you've got an input for your hopper and an output for your hopper, for your smelter, sorry. So once we've got our couple of tin bars, which we're going to craft ourselves a mini hopper. So we're going to place it next to our central power hub. So in this display, if you press a Z on your keyboard, you can zoom in. So on the side there, it's got a hopper and two arrows. So it's saying it's got an input to the hopper and output. So it's add and remove, as it displays on here, saying it's storage empty. If you press E, it will toggle the status. So if we set it to remove only, as you can see, remove only means it's going to extract from the hopper. So the hopper is going to output, but it's not going to allow anything into it. So items can be removed. If we press E again, it will be add only. So if we zoom in there, it's showing you that items can be put into the hopper, but they can't be taken out. And I want to state this early on, with conveyor belts. You can extract. It will not abide by those rules. A conveyor belt will extract and will add. This toggle is only for the machines, I believe, and we're going to set this to add and remove, and we're going to go to our coal ore and we're going to input that into our hopper. And I still don't know what's going on with our spider, but oh look, hello, we've got DJ in our stream. He is our game developer. Hi DJ, we are currently starting our Let's Play series for FortressCraft Evolved for our YouTube channel. Oh yes, DJ's just pointed out, if I press B, it will hide the cogs, allowing me to demonstrate and zoom in. So this is basically for videoing, and well, just makes it a lot easier. So thank you for the advice there, DJ. So if you press X, you exit out of that, because otherwise you've got these cogs, which is demonstrating what block you're currently looking at or going to attack. And it's saying, fix my spider. Your spider will want a nice terrain to traverse in order to hunt down mobs. Hint, hint. Yep. So when you say fix your spider, is there an update then that is going to fix our spider, or is he just going to be? Because is he going to just be like that? Because currently he looks like he's been battered with a newspaper. So, yep, so we've got DJ in. He is our game developer, so he is quite nice to stop by on my stream. He does this quite a bit, which is very nice. So, considering he's saying fix for a spider, we may have a live update to check out shortly, so I'm gonna check it out. He's saying make nice terrain. I'm gonna terraform my terrain shortly. It's early start. It's an early start. I mean, look, we started clearing out a little bit over here. We will be expanding our platform. So also I want to point out to my channel, if you press Control and left click while looking at a block, it will do a super build. So that will build a rapid straight line at the cost of a bit of energy. And the same applies for if you want to break. So if you hold Control and right click, it will do a rapid mine. That was purely because I was moving my cursor at the time. So keep those in mind, because if you press Control and right click and hold it while you're looking at an ore block, you can actually harvest the ore without an extractor at the loss of energy, as well as you will lose more resources, I believe, than if you were to extract it correctly. So something to consider. And DJ saying he's never seen the bot so broken. So it looks like I've broken Martha. But yeah, I noticed that the other day it looked a lot very much broken. Don't know what's going on with her. And we have got 15 seconds left in this video, so I'm going to probably stop the episode here, check for updates, and we'll do a live update shortly. So we're going to exit out of FortressCraft. I am going to... In fact, no, we're going to end the episode here, and when we come back we should have a new live update. So thank you for watching, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up or a dislike if you didn't like the video. And also leave a comment, because if you liked it, I want to hear what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, I'd like to hear what you didn't like about it, so I can improve my stream for the future. And DJ is saying there is no updates, and it's also release day. And it looks like he's going to be releasing a broken spider. Sad face. It's okay, DJ. I'm sure we'll find out what's wrong with that shortly, and we'll have a minor patch. But it is currently release day, so that means my Bleeding Edge version is actually going to be the opted out version for the general viewers. So what you've seen in my video today, with the exception of the Broken Wasp mod, will be available to you when you watch the after the video has aired. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will be coming back shortly for our live stream videos. But also, if for YouTube, this video will be released a day after the last episode. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. And for my live stream audience, we'll be back very